Okay. The next sheath or the layer of existence is Pranamaya Kosha. Okay, so there, what type of yajnas or rituals we can perform? That is Niyatahar and Pranayama Yajna. What is Niyatahar? That we are committing to a particular way of eating. Maybe we are avoiding tamasic and rajasic food and just having very simple food. Again, how much to eat? Our shastras tell us that your half of the stomach should get filled up with food, one fourth with water, and one fourth should be empty, so that vayu can, circulate in that empty space. Again, have very early dinner, have very light dinner. So these types of, again, avoid spicy and oily food. And also, when we are eating, every time you remember other beings, like you can, take out some portion of your food for birds, animals, guests, your ancestors. So it was in our tradition that even I remember my grandfather used to take out some portion of his, food from his plate, and he used to place it by side of his plate. So this is come under niyatahara, that is about the diet, and pranayam. So with pranayam, like every breath, you can make it as a yajna. You can sacrifice your each breath into the fire of yajna. So offer prana in apana while inhaling, and while exhaling you offer apana into prana, and while you inhale and exhale, just remember how you can do this process, because there is some higher reality behind it. With that force, with his energy, your breathing is going on. So the entire process of pranayama, the five pranas, you can offer it as yajnas. And then for the third sheath, that is the manomaya kosha, there is tapo yajna, the yajna of sense control, mind control, and tapo yajna. So here it is called as indriya sanyama yoga yajna or vishaya havana yajna. So what comes under tapo yajna is helping physically in some devotional ceremonies, or we have seen, right from past, many ladies do different types of vrata vaikalya and fastings to gain control over senses, their mind, their body, and ultimately, if your mind is restless, a sthira mind can become, steadfast once you start regulating your hunger. And then Indriya Sanyama Yajna and Vishaya Havana Yajna, which talks about sense control and mind control. Now, here Sanyama, when the word Sanyama comes, we think of an English word that is control, but Sanyama is much more than control, and it's a very technical word from Yoga Shastra. And Patanjali, from his Yoga Sutra, he defines Sanyama as uh, just a minute. Yeah, Trayam ekatra bandha sanyamah. So what you're binding ekatra as dharana, dhyan, and samadhi, which is the higher steps of Ashtanga Yoga. So when you start meditating or focusing, concentrating on one object, but that concentration or focus is just for limited time, so that is called as dharana. But once that focus or concentration continues for long period of time, that is called as dhyana. And when that concentration becomes eternal, means like it's continues without any break, that you become established into that state, that becomes samadhi. So whatever you do, if this sanyama is there in your each activity, that can become yajna. And then it talks about atma sanyama yajna, swadhyaya, Jnana Yajna, Brahma Yajna, Yoga Yajna, which is for Vijnanamaya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha. So again, what is Atma Sanyama Yajna? When we start remembering Brahman in all our experiences through Indriyas, Manas, Buddhi, Ahankar, it means we offer our own self in the fire of self-restraint. Swadhyaya and Jnana Yajna, study of self through reading different scriptures, but not at your leisure time, but you're committed to reading these scriptures. So you commit yourself. So in next 7 days, I'm going to finish reading Dasabodh, or in next 3 to 4 months I'm going to read Bhagavad Gita. So it's not that whenever you feel you're reading it, no, but you're like committing it, and with discipline you're reading these scriptures and you're trying to study about your own self, what is described into these scriptures. And ultimately we come to Yoga Yajna, practicing Ashtanga Yoga for physical and mental strength, and also keeping that equanimity. What is yoga? Yoga is samatvam yoga uchyate. So this can also become yajna, that I try to keep equanimity in any situation. So yoga yajna is again the highest form of yajna, which comes at the Anandamaya Kosha. And once we start, converting our daily activities into these worships and rituals, certain types of limitations, and you will find some hindrances or problems. And what are they? There are 4 types of attachments behind our every action, and they are karma sakti, means I want to do this because I love doing it, because I have that strong attachment towards performing that action, and because of that I want to do it. So that is called as karma sakti. Kartrutva Sakti, I will do this because I am best at it and no one can do as best as me. So I have that ahankara, that only I can do this best and no one can do it as better as me. And that is called as the sense of doership, kartrutva sakti. And then we are always attached to the fruits of action, that is karma phala sakti. I must get reward for my actions, otherwise why should I do it? So this karma phala sakti is always there behind our action. And then akartrutva sakti means I will never do this because I hate doing it. I have got strong aversion, hatred towards particular things, and that's why I try to avoid that particular action or that particular situation or a person. It can be anything. So with above attachments, we cannot do karma yoga. We need to develop sense of detachment, no expectations, sense of service, offering the reward to Brahman or Ishvara or God, whatever you call it, and ultimately renunciation from the action. Once we finish the action, we should completely renounce that action. We should not be again lingering or thinking over that action once we finish it. So what I would recommend is, if is it if it is possible, go through the verses 23 to 33 from chapter 4 to read more about different types of these yajnas. So you yourself, according to your nature, your profession, your behavior, you select few daily activities and convert them into yajnas. So karma yoga is not that you should renounce something and go somewhere and do particular type of action, and that can be a karma yoga. No, your daily activities, you can convert them into these yajnas and ultimately karma yoga. Now we are going to start with our karma yoga shloka sangraha, and we always start with dhyana shloka first. So if you also want to chant with me. We can go together. पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे। अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु कर्मयोगश्लोकसङ्ग्रहः। Now we are starting with Shlok 13. Buddhiyukto jahatiha ubhe sukruta dushkrute tasmat yogaya yujjasva yogah karmasu kaushalam. So this particular verse gives the definition of yoga. What is yoga? Yoga karmasu kaushalam. One who prudently practices the science of work without attachment can get rid of both good and bad reactions in this life itself. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of working skillfully. So if we have that proper and right consciousness behind every action you can do it skillfully. Upon hearing the science of Karma Yoga, we often wonder that if we give up attachment to results, will our performance go down? Shri Krishna explains that working without personal motivation does not reduce the quality of our work. Instead, we become even more skillful than before. So here I would like to give you one example, like just think of a surgeon who does surgery on the patient. But because surgeon is not at all attached with the patient, he can perform the entire process of surgery without any, anxiety or tension or the, attachment to the result. But just think that patient is his own son or wife, what will happen to him? So that sense of attachment can affect the entire process of our action. So that's why Lord Krishna is emphasizing that you should not be thinking of the results of action at all, but you just focus on the process of the action. Next verse goes like this. Karmanya karmayah paschet akarmani cha karmayah sabuddhiman manusheshu sayuktah krishna karma krita. The meaning of this verse is, those who see action in inaction and inaction in action are truly wise amongst humans. Although performing all kinds of actions, they are yogis and masters of all their actions. Another name for akarma is karma yoga. As karma yogis execute their social duties without attachment to results, dedicating the fruits of their actions to God, Brahman, whatever you call it, although engaged in all kinds of activities, they are not entangled in karmic reactions. So how? By doing all the actions, still you do nothing, or it becomes your every action becomes inaction, only because your state of mind behind that performing action is now different. There is no sense of doership, there is no sense of enjoyership, and you are surrendering, or offering all the fruits of actions to God. And that's why you, by after doing everything, it the result is you have not done anything. And that's how the action in inaction uh, can start happening with us as well. So this is very, very important, that how the akarma is nothing but karma yoga. So when you are doing karma yoga or committed to karma yoga, you are not doing anything. Everything is done by that higher reality or Brahman. The next verse, कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम्. The wise, endowed with equanimity of intellect, abandon attachment to the fruits of actions which bind one to the cycle of life and death. By working in such consciousness, they attain the state beyond all suffering. The paradox of life is that we strive for happiness, but we reap misery. We crave love, but we meet with disappointment. We desire for life, but we know that we are moving towards death at every moment. If we could realize that nobody has ever achieved happiness by engaging in fruitive works, we would then understand that the direction in which we are running is futile, and we would think of doing a U-turn towards spiritual life. So it's just the matter of changing the state of mind from that lower consciousness to the divine consciousness. We just have to change the attitude behind every action, and your every action can become yajna and ultimately karma yoga. त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गं नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि नैवं किञ्चित् करोति सः. Such people, having given up attachment to the fruits of their actions, are always satisfied and not dependent on external things. Despite engaging in activities, they do not do anything at all. Actions cannot be classified by external appearances. It is the state of the mind that determines what is inaction and what is action. The minds of enlightened persons are absorbed in God. Being fully satisfied in devotional union with Him, they look upon God as their only refuge and do not depend upon external supports. In this state of mind, all their actions are termed as akarma or inactions. Tasmat asakta satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. Therefore, giving up attachment, perform actions as a matter of duty. By working without being attached to the fruits, one attains the supreme, one becomes one with that Brahman, and you can attain the state of yoga. Shri Krishna's recommendation for Arjuna is to be a karma yogi and not to be a karma sannyasi. He is not telling us to give up all actions and go to Himalayas or jungle or ashram, but no, wherever you are, at whatever state of your stage of your life, Keep doing actions, just change the state of mind behind your every action. And the last verse goes like this. आपूर्यमाणम् अचलप्रतिष्ठम् समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. Just as the ocean remains undisturbed by the incessant flow of waters from different rivers merging into it, likewise the sage who is unmoved despite the flow of desirable objects all around him attains peace, and not the person who strives to satisfy desires. So here we end all the Karma Yoga Shloka Sangraha with this shloka. And as if you have read Bhagavad Gita, there are like 18 chapters, 18 adhyayas, and each chapter end with this Sankalpa Vakya. And what is this Sankalpa Vakya? Om Tat Saditi Srimad-Bhagavad-Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma-Vidyayam Yoga-Shastre Shri Krishna-Arjuna-Samvade Karma-Yoga Shloka-Sangraha Harihi Om Tat Sat. So this is the Sankalpa Vakya. Now here we are specifying it to Karma Yoga Shloka Sangraha, but otherwise the name of the chapter comes within this place. So like Arjuna Vishada Yoga, or whatever the name of the chapter is. So what is the meaning of this Sankalpa Vakya? The narration is given above at the end of each chapter is called as Sankalpa Vakya, meaning an epilogue for the chapter. It reveals in a very concise form the glory and greatness of the Gita and states the theme of the concerned chapter. The meaning of this recital is as follows. Thus, in the Upanishads of the glorious Bhagavad Gita, the science of the eternal, the scripture of yoga, the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna ends discourse entitled, now here I have just given the name of the first chapter, the yoga of the despondency of Arjuna, that is Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Now what is the meaning of the first Om Tat Sat? A designation for the absolute, enabling everybody to turn towards Godhead, Brahman, that universal consciousness. Gita is called as Upanishad because it contains the essence of all the Upanishads, which are the revelations to the ancient rishis and sages. Brahma Vidya, or the science of the eternal, because it teaches about the changeless reality behind the ever-changing phenomenal world of perceptions, emotions, and thoughts. Yoga Shastra, because it is a scripture that explains the technique of right living and provides a practical guide to work it out in the form of Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Raja Yoga. So out of this, in last, these 3 sessions, we tried to cover around 18 verses of Karma Yoga from different chapters of Bhagavad Gita, and that is giving us really, in a true sense, what is the technique of right living, and gives us the practical guide. And then there is a samvad, there is a conversation, because it is in a form of a dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, the divine and the human, the former teaching the later how to function successfully and efficiently in a community. So this chapter is entitled Arjuna Vishada Yoga. But here what we will be chanting at every Sankalpa Vakya is either Karma Yoga Shloka Sangraha or Jnana Yoga Shloka Sangraha, like that, instead of the names of the chapter. All right. So here we have seen all the 18 verses of Karma Yoga, and I would really recommend you to read those verses from chapter 4, 23 to 33, around these 10 verses from chapter 4, which nicely elaborates about these 12 types of yajnas. All right, so that will give you certain clues and ideas how you can convert all your activities, even your thoughts, whatever you think, whatever you say, everything can be converted into karma yoga or yajnas. So now we'll start our group practice. So shall we start from Dhyana Shloka? So I will say, I will first read out and then you can repeat after me. You can now unmute your calls. So let's start with Dhyana Shloka. पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः
लोके सज्जन षट्पदैरहरः
पीयमानं मुदा भूयाद् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु कर्मयोगश्लोकसङ्ग्रहः बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते तस्मात् योगाय युज्यस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम् कर्मण्यकर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृष्णकर्मकृत्
सयुक्तकृष्णकर्मकृत
कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि
कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि
फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः
फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः
जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ताः
जन्मबन्धविमुक्ताः
पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम्
पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम्
वेरी गुड त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गम्
त्यक्त्वा कर्मफलासङ्गम्
नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः
नित्यतृप्तो निराश्रयः
कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि
कर्मण्यभिप्रवृत्तोऽपि
नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः
नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः
तस्मात् असक्तसततम्
तस्मात् असक्तसततं
कार्यं कर्म समाचर
कार्यं कर्म समाचर
असक्तो ह्याचरन् कर्म
असक्तो यज्ञान् कर्म
परमाप्नोति पूरुषः
परमाप्नोति पुरुषः
आपूर्यमाणम् अचलप्रतिष्ठम्
आपूर्यमाणम् अचलप्रतिष्ठम्
समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत्
समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत्
तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे
कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे
स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी
शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी.
Yeah. So for this verse, our tune little bit changes from the other verses, and then we are going for Sankalpa Vakya. So now what I would recommend, as we have covered all the 18 verses, you start with Dhyana Shloka, Parasharya Vachaha, then you chant all the 18 verses of Karma Yoga, and then end it with this Sankalpa Vakya. ॐ तत्सदिति
तत्सदिति
श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु
श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां
योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे कर्मयोगश्लोकसङ्ग्रहः हरिः ओम् तत्सत्
हरि ओम
Om Tat
तत्सत्।
Sat.
All right. So anyone wants to go for individual practice for maybe from Dhyana Shloka, or we can start with Shloka 13. Do you have any questions?
बुद्धि युक्तो जहातीह
So you are going for all verses. For the next one. Hello. Okay, anyone else?
Ketki,
Yes.
this is Aboli here.
Huh.
Can we do all of them once again, like
One second. All right. No.
practice
Yeah,
for
yeah.
everyone?
Just want to ask all of you that are you now comfortable with this Dhyana Shloka?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll then start with this one. Buddhi to jahati
नाहीच सांगितलं तिने सगळ्यातच सांगितलं बोलायला
You can practice. Buddhi yukto jahati
बुद्धि युक्तो जहाति
Ubhe sukrita dushkrute
उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते
Tasmat yogaya yujjasva
तस्माद् योगाय युज्यस्व
Yoga karmasu kaushalam.
योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्.
So now do you want to repeat this on your own?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते तस्माद् योगाय युज्यस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्.
Very good. Karmanya karmayah pashet.
कर्मण्य कर्म यः
Pashet.
पश्येत्
Akarmani cha karmayah.
अकर्मणि च कर्म यः
Sabuddhiman manusheshu.
स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु
Sayuktah krishna karma krita.
स युक्तः कृत्स्नकर्म कृतः.
Yeah. So you can repeat.
कर्मण्य कर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृत्स्न कर्म कृतः.
So it goes like Krishna.
कृष्ण, okay, कृष्ण.
Yeah. Sayuktah krishna karma krita.
संयुक्त कृष्ण कर्म कृता.
Very good. Karmajam buddhi yuktahi.
कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि
Phalam tyaktva manishinah.
फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः
Janma bandha vinirmuktaha.
जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ताः
Padam gacchantyanamyam.
Padam gachantyama namayam. Sorry, I got mixed up.
Yeah. Gacchantya namayam.
Gachantya namayam. Okay. Padam gachantya namayam.
Yeah. Can repeat the verse.
Okay. Karmajam buddhiyukta hi phalam tyaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gacchantya namayam.
Very good. Tyaktva karma phala sangam.
Tyaktva karma phala sangam
Nityatrupto nirashrayah.
nityatrupto nirashrayah
Karmanyabhipravrittopi.
karmanyabhipravrittopi
Naiva kinchit karoti saha.
naiva kinchit karoti saha.
Yeah.
Tyaktva karma phala sangam nityatrupto nirashrayah
Topi.
नैव किञ्चित् करोति सः.
Yes. Tasmat asakta satatam.
तस्माद् असक्तः सततं
Karyam karma samachara.
कार्यं कर्म समाचर.
Asakto hyacharan karma.
असक्तो ह्याचरन् कर्म
Paramapnoti purushaha.
परमाप्नोति परमाप्नोति. How is it?
Paramapnoti purushaha.
परमाप्नोति पुरुषः.
Very good. Apuryamaणम् achala-pratishtham.
आपूर्यमाणं मचला
Achala.
प्रतिष्ठम्. अचल.
Yeah.
आपूर्यमाणम् अचल प्रतिष्ठम्.
Samudramapah pravishanti yadvat.
समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत्
Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve.
तद्वात् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे.
Sashantimapnoti na kamakami.
स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी.
Very good. Om Tat Saditi.
ॐ तत्सत् इति
Shrimad Bhagavad Gitasu.
श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु
Upanishatsu.
उपनिषत्सु
Brahma Vidyayam.
ब्रह्मविद्यायां
Yoga Shastre.
योगशास्त्रे
Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade.
श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे
कर्मयोगश्लोकसङ्ग्रहः
कर्मयोगश्लोकसङ्ग्रहः
हरिः ओम् तत्सत्.
हरिः ओम् तत्सत्.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Aboli.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So, is there anyone who wants to go through few shlokas or all of them? I'm ready to help you here. Or whichever you feel it's not comfortable for you to chant. So we can just cover those shlokas. Or do you have any questions?
I have a question, Keitki. The last one, the last shloka. Can you say why the tune is different from the previous?
Yeah,
verses?
it's just I think the chanda of that, particular verse is different. And that's
Right.
why the tune is different.
So would it be wrong if it were chanted like verse 17?
I don't know whether you can, chant like that. Because the way I have learned is in
Yes.
this way.
Yes.
So I'm just following the same method.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. So it goes for those, 4 lines. And I think that comes in a different chanda. And that's why it's a different tune.
Yeah, I think it's to make sure you're not falling asleep.
Or the last verse, you feel it's very like going into sleep.
Yeah. Well, in quite a number of the Gita chapters, they do come, four lines together. So yeah.
Yeah, these kind of verses are very few, but you will find most of them like these.
Yeah.
So only for such verses the tune will change. So again, in Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, we'll get, I think, one sort of this verse in every sangraha.
I think I was just looking at chapter 1, and there were 4 around verses
Okay.
20,
Huh.
23 thereabouts.
Huh.
Okay. But that has nothing to do with my practice, so I'll have to do that privately. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So anyone else want to do practice? Now, are you okay with all the 18 verses? So from next month, we will start with Jnana Yoga Shloka Sangraha. So I think what is that date? I will put it anyways on the group.
Ketki, just
Yeah.
one question. Last week I wasn't there. Last time when you took the course, I wasn't there. So is it on YouTube now so that I can?
Yes, yes. What I will do, I will share all the, 3 sessions of Karma Yoga on our group.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
whichever you have missed, you can go through that.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. And now we will see you on 12th of September. And for the next 3 months, we will cover again 18 verses from Jnana Yoga Shloka. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So no one is willing to practice now. Okay, keep practicing at your own, time and this thing, but please keep chanting. Yeah, is there anything you want to ask? Anyone?
No, nothing. We will practice and share the record.
Okay, okay. No problem.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Veda.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the session. Keep practicing and see you next month. Yeah.
Yes, thank you,
Yeah,
Kate.
yeah. See you
Stay
Thank
next
well,
month.
stay safe.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
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 Bye, bye, bye.